Hi, Life Coach Carey Bailey here, and it is another round of tips and tricks, and this is the From Juggling to Joy edition. And so the past 2 weeks we have been working on a couple of things. The first one is claiming and naming our scripture verse that is going to remind us that this season is about rejoicing in God coming to be with us through a little baby. And week number 2, we looked at all the things that we're juggling and made decisions about what we want to accept in that and what we want to reject. And now it is time to play with the joy side of it. Some of you may know I signed my name with Joy, Carey, and I've been doing that for close to 14 years now, I think, maybe even longer. And it's because during a really dark season that actually happened during the holidays like this, I was reminded that our joy does not come from life feeling perfect or looking perfect, but joy comes from knowing Jesus. And that was something I internalized during that time 14 years ago. So I personalize joy that way, but I also understand that there are ways that we've each been wired by God, where there are things that bring us little joys, that make our heart leap, that make us smile. And so we have to be intentional about those during this season, or we can miss them. We can lump them in with all the things that we're juggling rather than recognize them as joy that comes from Jesus. And so this exercise is going to be really simple. Hopefully it's simple. And that is to make yourself a list of the things that bring you joy, and then to define out of that list, what can you participate in on a daily basis? Even in the midst of, extra yeses that you've given, or the need for cookie exchange, cookies to be made, where are the places that you can grab hold of that joy? And so for me, my joy is going to come from reading at least one Advent devotional a day. I kind of have 5 that I'm working through this year, so I won't be able to read all 5 every day, but I will take the time to read at least one every day. And then another place that I'm going to grab daily joy is simply for making my favorite cup of hot tea that I only bring out during the holidays. So we have this tradition my mom used to make. It's called Russian tea at Christmas. And so I have Russian tea prepared, and I'm going to enjoy a cup of Russian tea every day. It just reminds me of Christmas. It's something special. I won't do it outside of the season, but it's a little place that I can grab joy. And so what are your little places that you're going to grab joy this season that you can grab on a daily basis? One of the other places that I know I will grab joy is going to be from music. I love music. Music reminds me of the truth. It saturates my heart and my mind. And so I've made us a special From Juggling to Joy Spotify playlist. And so I'll put the link in the blog post about that, and I'll share it on social media. And so that's going to be another place that I'm going to grab daily joy. When I'm in the car, when I'm getting my makeup on, I'm going to have that playlist going, finding joy in those simple things. So what about you? Where are you going to grab little joys this season, and how are you going to claim them in the daily goings about of this week, leading up to Christmas, and even after? As my mom always reminds me, Christmas is 12 days. It actually starts Christmas Day and goes all the way through January. And so this will be something I will do all the way through January 6th, when Christmas actually ends and Epiphany begins. So what about you? What are your daily joys? What brings you joy, and how are you going to grab them in the everyday? All right, this is the end from our Juggling to Joy series. Feel free to watch them back all again if you need to start over, or to share them with a friend who you might think needs some help moving from juggling to joy. I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye.